We're gonna let Joey and Quasi talk about WandaVision episode 5 because I know nothing about it.
Have you not watched this show? We've already told you.
Not only have I not watched it, I'm not even interested. I might be wilding. I might be bugging, but I'm not even interested.
You're crazy. You're crazy.
When I saw the first 10 minutes of it, I was like, I can't watch this. But maybe I should.
I like it. You're crazy.
You got to stick with it. Me and Joey talked about this last week. You got to stick with it. The first 3 episodes, we get it. It's a little bit confusing. By 4, they were kind of like opening things up. So, okay, now you understand what's going on. This is ultimate.
By 4? Shoot.
Yeah, episode. Well, here's the thing. To be fair, you got to do a build-up. So it's like 8, and each episode is only half an hour. You could binge right now 1 through 5 and it won't take that long, but it makes a lot of sense once you get to episode 4. You see what's going on. Wanda's created this alternate reality to deal with Vision's death. Okay, by 5 it really heated up, and Joey I know can attest to this too, because 5 was like the shit, and you understand that Wanda is actually the one that created this. At first, this agency Sword was thinking like that someone had pulled her into this universe, but no, it's clear that Wanda created this vision, and it's also clear that she's one of the most powerful Avengers there are. To spoil a little bit, they send in this drone thinking they're slick, and they're actually going to take Wanda out. This government agency called Sword, they think they are, and she literally walks out of the damn reality with the drone in hand, being like, is this yours? And throws it back at him, and basically is like, yo, stop fucking with me, leave me alone and I'll leave you alone. And like, she on some straight boss shit. So I'm gonna let Joey talk a little bit more about it. If you're not watching it out, you're crazy.
Quasi's selling it to me really well. I'm gonna have to just binge watch it tonight. I've been refusing.
I mean, it's dope. Let Joey talk on it. I'm telling you.
Yeah, yo, he hit it on the nose, man. It's starting to get really dark. Her jumping out the reality, her jumping out the bubble she created into actual reality.
That shit was dope.
Controlling everybody's minds outside of that bubble that had guns pointed at her, and she pointed the guns on one of the main guys at Sword. It's crazy. And then the ending, because her brother had died in Age of Ultron, Quicksilver. And they pay it off at the end with this crazy cast of from the X-Men universe that just pops up. The Quicksilver from the Evan Peters character from
X-Men.
Yeah, from the X-Men.
From Bryan Singer's X-Men. So yes, that's why I said you gotta watch it. And this was the whole point. Sorry to cut you off, Joey, a little bit, but this was the whole point of WandaVision to introduce mutants to the MCU. So people that are fans of the comics kind of knew this is where they were going because Disney got the rights to all the Fox material. So we knew they were eventually bringing the mutants in. It was just a matter of how they were going to do it, and this is what they came up with, and it's dope. So back to piggyback on what Joey's saying at the end of this episode, because we're talking spoilers anyway. Wanda opens the door and the brother's there because you see him from behind his head, and he's like, "Hey, no love for your brother, give me a hug." And she's like looking like, "What the fuck?" And then she gives him a hug, and you see it's the Quicksilver from the X-Men franchise, Bryan Singer's X-Men versus the MCU Quicksilver. So they've officially brought mutants into the MCU as of episode 5 of WandaVision. And more to come, that's happening.
I'm excited to see what's next, man.
You guys won. I'm gonna check it out definitely because I felt
I'm telling you,
because I watched a little bit of the beginning of the first episode and I felt like I was watching Titanic. I was like,
we get it because the first 3 it's like done in a sitcom style, but you have to get through that to understand this is what Wanda's doing on purpose to kind of cope. So she's creating this kind of perfect world for herself where it's like a sitcom to her, and you're the audience watching, kind of laughing.
The first
get it, yeah.
The first 3 episodes we're watching Pleasantville, basically. You gotta get out that fucking world.
I mean, like the Truman Show. I will say, like the Truman Show, that reality, but it flips it on itself. So by episode 4, like I was telling you, the other side of it is the people on the outside are figuring it out too. Like, oh shit, this is really happening. This is this different reality. So they're looking into this bubble like it's the Truman Show. Like, okay, this is her world. This is how she's seeing it. I'm telling you, just watch.
It's wild because like each episode, you feel like something's wrong. Like, and there's like little glitches that happen in the show. Whether it's Vision noticing them or a character just not because they're being mind controlled. A character from the world that Wanda's created just kind of goes off a character, goes off script that Wanda's already created in everybody's heads in that town. And it's fucking trippy, bro. Like you gotta definitely check it out. And it literally unfolds episode 4 and 5, and it just makes you. I'm hooked. So I really can't wait for 6 to see what happens. Because like the last episode with Quicksilver pulling up at the door, and it's the douchey one from the X-Men movies. Like,
it's the X-Men one.
Yo, I'm like, yo, what is happening?
Shit. Yeah, you're like, real quick before we jump to the next topic, I want to ask Joey something that I think is relevant for your next topic. Joey, do you think that WandaVision is going to lead into Spider-Man because now she's tearing into the to the universe layer? You think that's going to have something to do with it?
Now it makes sense. That's why, and I feel like that's exactly why they, properly titled Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness as the sequel, because she's literally probably tearing into. She probably has a way. Through her, she's evolving to the point where she could, grab stuff. Like you saw how Darcy reacted. She's like, she recasted her brother. Like she took him literally from a whole nother universe and put him in this reality. So I wonder if that's gonna be the same take she does when bringing like Electro back, bringing Doc Ock back, and creating
and the other Spider-Mans, the Tobey Maguires, Andrew Garfield. That's how they would explain it. Basically, they're making her to be like the most powerful, not mutant, but most powerful Avenger that there is.
They're saying that she actually was a mutant, but they couldn't use the term because they didn't have the rights to use the word mutant in the movies.
Because in the comics, technically, she's Magneto's daughter.
Yeah. So there was something already like in her gene or in her DNA. Where she had actually a mutant, and the Mind Stone, which she was created by, and what powers Vision, actually, just ignited, whatever DNA or, created the mutation.